Hey, it's me. It's your boy Gaby. How's everybody doing? Welcome to the Coffin Wood Making Christmas lighting ceremony. We just finished up the ceremony at the time of recording this, and we had a wonderful turnout. So thank you so much everyone who came out and endured the cold and checked out our artwork. This has been a really fun event. My wife and I got to write an original score for this. The twins did a great job setting everything up. Mike did a great job running around like a crazy person, and Brian did a great job, well, doing everything. If you're unfamiliar, we're here at Coffin Wood, which is a venue that I got married at, and also a venue that I perform at every second Saturday of the month. Coffin Wood is heavily ingrained in pretty much everything we do these days, and we couldn't be more happy about it. One more thing before we get into this delicious juice review is Mike and I are now working on the Coffin It Up YouTube channel, and we're making a really interesting documentary series about the making of Coffin Wood and all the cool projects we're working on over here. We're doing a lot of really cool stuff, so if you're not subscribed to that yet, there's a link to it down in the description. Anyways, moving on. As you can see, I'm surrounded by blinky Christmas lights, and that is because I have a delicious juice here from Steve's.
Oh, hold on, I got it for you, man.
Thank you. Sorry.
Jeez Louise.
It's kind of hard to throw things. I have a delicious juice here from Steve's Juice Line. I was just on the news and had to be news appropriate a minute ago, so I'm a little off. This juice is called Parlay, and it is a eggnog flavor. I'm not sure why it's called Parlay and what that has to do with eggnog, but let's talk about it. Right after I show you some footage from the event. It was a wonderful event, and I feel like you guys would like to see it, and then we'll snap back and talk about the juice. Sound good? Sound good.
The lighting ceremony, we've always had the Coffin Wood lights, and everybody has always drove by and watched them, and of course listened to them over the little miniature broadcasts that I do to the street. But I wanted to make it a little bit better and try to get the community a little bit more involved and allow them to see and put on a little show for the actual lighting. It was a lot of fun too.
It was a lot of fun. It's been a great turnout today, and I'm so excited to be doing music. My wife and I actually wrote an original score for this event. We wrote our own rendition of Making Christmas, and we wrote an original song called Carol of the Coffin, which we are going to be putting together an entire album based around Coffin Wood and the story, and we got a lot of cool stuff in the works right now. But music has been great, turnout's been great, it's been wonderful being out here.
He cut 2 different scores for this year's ceremony, and we're going to continue building off of that every year. We're going to try to do another couple of scores, and every year, the theme of the Coffin Wood Light Show changes, so he'll have to adapt and overcome. It's a lot of fun. He's very creative, makes some really good music, and I gave him a couple of key pointers to go after, and he nailed it. It was really good. I plan on doing a lighting ceremony every year from here on out, so we can call this one the first annual. I like it. I like seeing everybody's responses. As an artist, sometimes you don't get, you hang your pictures on the wall or whatever, and you don't get to hear everybody's response from it. So this is actually fun to actually see how everybody responds to it. And I will put out that also there was a lot of people that actually helped with this display. I call them the Coffin Crew, and you have the twins, and you have Gabe and Angelique and Michael. They're all involved in it, and they put a lot of work into it, and it was really cool to see the crowd's response to the work that they put in. And they basically just built off of everything that was already here, so it was a lot of fun to see their ideas come to light.
I feel very warm in my heart and very grateful that we get to do this kind of stuff for a living, and be able to impact the community in a positive way, and be able to share our artwork and make the Christmas season beautiful and grand for the goers who come here, and it's really sharing our artwork with the community is really heartwarming, and we're super grateful, and I feel grateful that everybody came out today. My music is available on all major platforms. Just search Gabe Smith. I'm on my 4th major album right now, and I have a 5th one on the way that we've been recording diligently. And I also have a YouTube channel where I document my entire existence, Light Designs on YouTube, as well as Bad Neighbor Supply Co. on YouTube. And you can catch me here every second Saturday of the month at Coffinwood. Our next show here is December 9th, and we're going to be having live music and tours of the compound, and it's going to be a really cool event. Hey guys, just really quick before we get into the juice review, my friend RJ from the news that I previously mentioned is a very talented comic book artist. I did a little bit of an interview with him, and I think you guys would really enjoy some of the things he has to say and his artwork. If you like all the stuff that we do on a regular basis, I think you'll like his comic book series. So I'm going to include his... Oh, sorry, my phone just went off. It was a message from Paul. Paul says... I might sell the fenders off of my truck to Paul, essentially. We're working out the details. Shout out to Paul. I should have silenced my phone before I recorded the audio for this. So yeah, I'm gonna show you guys the brief interview I did with RJ about his artwork, and then we'll get into the juice review. Sorry, this juice review is a little bit all over the place, but it's a great juice. Hopefully the all over the place is entertaining. Okay, thanks guys. Bye. Everybody, this is RJ. He makes really cool comic book art and cool digital. It's all digital, correct?
Yes.
Very impressive stuff. I'm probably going to overlay something right here because I'm very impressed by his art. And give us a little background.
Okay, so, well, I've been doing art since, I guess, kindergarten, technically. And, you know, it's been my dream for a long time. I was even making comics back in, like, 3rd grade or whatever. But recently I've decided, recently, it was 2020 that I decided, oh, you know what, maybe I should make my dream a reality. So I started working on comics, doing my sketches, creating the world and whatnot, and then also working on my art skills. I did some classes online, and now I'm trying my best while balancing like a full, not full-time, but part-time job, you know? And yeah, so the comic itself is called White Spider Valley, and it is a horror/action kind of story, and it's about a young adult who's like 19 years old, and his name is Noe, and the whole purpose of his story is that he's trying to come to terms with a bitter past that he had that has traumatized him up until his current point of life. And his whole story is him basically learning what it takes to actually heal and what it takes to no longer be alone anymore. You know, all the battles that happen with mental health, and it's him going through that. But of course with eldritch creatures sprinkled in, and some fantasy of course as well. And yeah.
Good stuff. And if people want to check out your art, where do they do so?
Okay, so I have on Instagram is the only place where my art is currently. It's phallos_art. And phallos, even though I know it's not a commonly used word, it's spelled PHTHALOS, and then of course art. And then my comic, it's got its first chapter, which was released last month. It is on Global Comics, Webtoons, and Tapas, and you can read them on all 3 of those.
Parlay is a very interesting flavor. I, to my knowledge, have never had a eggnog flavor outside of my own personal mixing juice journey. I tried to make an eggnog a couple years ago, quite a few years ago at this point, almost 10 years ago now, jeez. I tried to make my own eggnog flavor and it came out really gross. Eggnog is very, very hard to mix because it's such a complex, difficult flavor if you think about it. Just take a second and envision a carton of eggnog. It's ice cold and on a table and you're like, ooh, eggnog. I'm so thirsty for a gallon. My thirst can only be quenched by this thick, yolky beverage. You envision that whole thing. You're like, wow, I wouldn't know where to start with that. And to be honest with you, neither did I. My eggnog juice came out gross. However, this eggnog juice is not gross. It's cinnamony, it's creamy, it's got a hint of egginess. I'm very interested to see what this juice steeps like and what this juice ages like. To my tongue, as it sits here right now, I get a lot of the cinnamon and I get light cream and a light egginess. But the most that I taste is like sweet cinnamon milky. The cinnamon isn't spicy or overpowering. So this parlay juice is very interesting. It almost, man, it tastes like an eggnog. Don't get me wrong, but it reminds me of a juice that I had a really, really long time ago called Drunken Waffle from this super obscure juice company. I think it was like a brick and mortar company, juice company, and I don't remember who made the juice. And I had one of those old school 30 milliliter or 15 milliliter glass dripper bottles with the eyedropper. Excuse me. Issue with it is I would get vaped out on it near instantly. It had this weird kind of maple syrupy flavor that was cinnamony and very complex, And it was really cool. It was really cool and super interesting, but it wasn't very good. Now this parlay juice tastes like if that juice was good, but also mixed with eggnog. I don't know if I'm doing a good job of explaining the flavor notes of this, because it's such a complex flavor that it's difficult to actually pinpoint what I'm tasting. It reminds me of a juice that I used to love from back in the day, and I wished it was better so I could have enjoyed it more. And it also reminds me of Christmassy eggnog, but more so like the juice I had back in the day. None of the flavors in this are overpowering or overly sweet or overly cinnamony or overly eggy. It's really, really good. And it's very hard to mix stuff like this because it's super complex. You know, how do you just go, okay, this is an eggnog, and then bam, it is. You know, it's not a cereal milk. It's not a, you know, milk tea flavor. You know what I'm trying to say. It's a hard juice to mix, and I'm really impressed by it because the level of difficulty to make this a satisfying all-day vape is very difficult to do. I've literally been vaping on this juice all day today, and it's cold outside right now for the desert, but it's cold outside right now, and it's Christmassy, and it's fun, and it's delicious and interesting. This is my favorite part. These are the man-eating reindeers, and his head goes up and down because he's eating the carcasses of people. This is a very interesting juice, and I would put this in the category of an advanced vapor juice. I think that this is a very complex flavor that would be enjoyed by seasoned vapors. To be honest with you, I think this is a little bit complex of a juice for a newer vapor. Mike, my cameraman, has fallen in love with this juice, and he's a relatively newer vapor. However, he got exposed to advanced juices right away. Working with me and filming with me, I'll be like, hey, try this, try this, try that. So he has been already well seasoned by complex flavors. Now, the way that Steve mixes his juice, it's not difficult to vape his juices. I've never felt like, ooh, or ugh, this one isn't for me with any of his juices. So maybe if you're a newer vapor, throw this in your cart, give this a try. If you're a well-seasoned vapor or an intermediate vapor, definitely check this out. Definitely check this out. You can get this delicious parlay juice and the rest of Steve's wonderful juice catalog that is superior to any of the other juice companies that I have reviewed in the past. Ooh, stab! If you'd like to get this delicious juice and the rest of Steve's juice lines, there is an email address down in the description of this video, as well as a link to his Facebook group where there's the entire flavor menu right in one of the pinned comments. Send Steve an email and he can send you the juice menu as well, I'm sure, and let him know Gabe sent you. So with all that being said, thank you very much, Steve, for sending me this juice. Thank you very much, everyone who came out to the wonderful, fantastic Coffin Wood making Christmas ceremony. Thank you very much to the Coffin Maker and the entire Coffin crew. If you'd like to see all the cool projects we're working on here, definitely check out Coffin It Up. It's the other channel that we are helping out with that's down in the description of this video. Subscribe to my own other channel, Bad Neighbor Supply Co. And let me know how your day's going. What do you think about an eggnog flavored juice? Is this something you'd like to pick up, or is it too far-fetched for you? If it's too far-fetched for you, get over it. Step outside the box. Try something new. It's delicious. Yeah, bye. Thanks.
Man, I just really love your channel. I think your videos are great. I think they're great videos. All right, just call, just say hi. They're great videos. Anyways, I was just calling to let you know that your videos are top notch. I really give them a banana sticker. I'm not sure why I sound like Murder Face right now, but I just really think your videos are so great. I really like them a lot. Just call and say hi. Hurry, I gotta go now. This is running long. I wrap things up. I gotta wrap it up.